Welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we got our water animations working, which I am pretty happy about. I'm not sure about the speed of it, maybe too fast or too slow, but we can easily tweak that. One thing I do want to try to tackle today is taking our insert animations out of the class, because every time we shift a scene, every map gets reinitialized with all of the animations, and that's just unnecessary. We could just load up all the animations for the appropriate maps upon loading the game, and then only execute the functions for the map that we're currently on. So I think we're gonna try to tackle that. I hope it's as simple as I think it is, but you know how that goes. So we'll take a look at how we're doing it. We've got this insert animation class. So if we go one step before that, we should be using this insert animations. Really? I could have sworn it was in the map initialization, which we'll check out. Okay, so it is the map initialization. We're setting a table of insert animations to be equal to this class of insert animations. So this is what I want to try to change, is that if we look at what's in there, we have right here, in the init, we have all of these insertions, and what we're inserting is an actual function of this insert anim table. Okay. So we can't quite just pull this out into our macDeclarations file, because this insert anim function takes in the scene view of the current map. Actually, this is fine. We can do this. I don't see why we can't do this. When we go to insert this, we're just storing the function. We're not invoking the function. What up, K-Chonics? How's it going, dude? Hey, did you hit 50 followers yet? I'm looking forward to that stream, dude. My brightness got screwed up already. So yeah, we're inserting the functions here, but we're not actually calling them. And it's not until when we actually call them do we need access to the scene views current map.tiles. I'm kind of curious if we had this and we were to just use this function in our main or play state. What is going on with my camera? Oh, what is going on? Okay, I'll just leave it on auto because the light is falling fast. There we go. All right, dude. Well, dude, you know I'll be there when you hit 50. It's gonna be soon, dude. That'll be fun. Trying to see what number you are at. You're at 41. Okay, dude, you're at 41. That's really close. We're at, yeah, you're almost as, yeah, dude, 10 to go. We both got about 10 to go to hit our next goal here, because I'm trying to hit 100 and you'll be hitting 50 soon. Yeah, dude. Well, You can't get used to it because it's going to be gone. It's going to be cool though, dude. I'm excited for that. I'm going to see if this, if we go to our map declarations and we try to declare this function here, I'm curious if it'll crash because there's no scene view or if it's okay. Well, it didn't crash. Okay. So we might be able to get away with taking this out of the insert animation class. That's what I'm hoping. So instead of bogging down the insert animation init with all of the tiles for all the animatables, we'll just insert those into the map declarations. And then we do, I guess it makes sense to have the anim spitter there in the insert animations. I guess that's okay. So let's try it. Let's see if we can just take this out. And if we take that out and just run the game, it doesn't animate. But if we go and put it in our map declarations, and we put our animatables down here, then we also have to take the insert anim function out of that class and put it with our map declarations here, because these insertions use the insert anim function, so it needs that. So if we take that out just like that, I'm curious if we'll have animations working, and we don't. It's because we're modifying the self right here. We're using this self. Okay. Shoot. Oh, crap, dude. That sounds awful. I hope you're feeling better, dude. Did you get medicine for that, or you just toughed it out and then after your body just bounced back now? Dang, dude, that's pretty scary. Okay, I'm thinking we gotta go about this a different way, because we can't just add via this self.frame here. It's almost like we've got to do jeez. That sounds brutal, dude. Was it like a sick where like you were just miserable and couldn't do anything, or were you able to like watch all of One Piece or something while you were out of commission? I don't know if we're going to be figuring this out today. You know what? I think we can pull this out. We just have to pull out our anim spitters outside of the insert animation class. So I think we could do this. We would just give us a local flowers for the anim spitters. There you go. Hey, documentaries is good. Any good ones? Yeah, so the thing is, this anim spitter is an object that needs to be updated over time. But we aren't updating it over time here. This is just where we're storing the function. But then we are updating the flowers here. And the water, okay. So maybe we take this out instead of being a self. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know which one you're talking about, but Sounds kind of interesting. I think we'd have to pull this out to some globals. I don't, because we need these to update every frame. Anyway, so it'll just be updating in the map instantiation. That's okay. And then we would be able to get rid of. Okay, yeah, let's try this. So I'm gonna go back to our map declarations. I want to post the animatables here. Okay, the program. Yeah, sounds interesting. I think of The Wire season 5 or whatever when you bring that up. If you've have you seen The Wire? There's a really good season about that kind of stuff. Okay, so instead of self here, I think we want to substitute every self with, oh, it's not quite this easy. We can say self.flowers gets replaced with all caps flowers. That'll be our global animatable. And then we can say here, all self.water gets replaced with all cap water global. So we just have to make sure we do this. Yeah, dude, if you've got HBO, then hopefully you'll get sick for 3 days soon and you can watch all of The Wire. That's a great show. So we need global ones here. We'll take it out of the insert animation and we'll put it in our map declarations. And we'll put it up here. And this is where we name the all caps here. So we'll say this. Oi. Okay, so we've got flowers, we've got water. That's what we need to update every delta time in order for those to spit out the correct frame. Now that still is going to exist in the animatables here, and we'll just do it like this. So they're still getting updated, but now we don't have our insert animation class bogged down by all those inits every single time we switch change scenes, because we just don't want to do that. Now, like, we could go even further. Like if we're on a scene where there's no flower IDs, we wouldn't need to update the flower animation sprite every frame, right? So there is some better optimization we could go for. I'm not sure how skilled I am at pulling that off, but we'll see. That's another reason I like to, oh, dude, that's always how it goes. Like, I used to always do that too. It would be like, I'd get a week off of work in July, and every single time, the Friday of that week, I would get sick, and I wouldn't get better until the day I go back to work. It always went down like that. Okay, so we've got the animatables. I kind of feel like we want that. We'll keep the anim splitter with the animatables. I mean, this could all just totally not work either, too. So let's see. So we declare a global flowers and water, and that's an anim splitter object. Then we declare a couple of functions to insert into our animatables table for each of our different map scenes. Those don't execute the functions, it just stores them so that we can run every animatable function every frame so that we can render the correct frame. And as long as we're updating the anim splitter frame, then we'll render the current frame of whatever that spits out. So I'm hoping, yeah, dude, it always goes down like that. Like I was getting so sick of that. It's like my body knew. My body is fine at, if I've got to do stuff for other people, my body's like, you can't let them down. And then it's like me time and I die. Okay, let's go to the insert animations. Okay, so this is where we are currently updating all those globals, and then we're cycling through all the animatables, so all the functions in each frame's animatable table, and we're going ahead and actually executing it with these parentheses here. So let's see if that works. Fuck. Anim splitter, a nil value. Map declarations 293. Okay. So this function, map declarations, doesn't have access to anim splitter. Let's take a look at our dependencies. Our map declarations is before our anim splitter, so we'll just make sure we declare anim splitter before our map declarations. It fucking worked. Yo, it worked. It's like actually surprised that it worked. Sweet. Sweet. Cool. So now instead of any time we switch scenes, we used to be reinitializing all these functions and all of these grids, which would get bogged down. Because like if we look at our map declarations here, this is only being called once upon love.load, and this is holding every tile that is an animation. It holds every tile for every scene that it has. So like if we imagine like in the lava biome, there's going to be 20 animated lava flowing or whatever, and that's just one scene. This would be 20 lines of code on top of that. So like there's 100 scenes. If there's an average of 2 animated tiles per scene, that's 200 lines of code here. And we were executing that every single time we switched scenes. Anytime a map instantiated, we were doing that. But now we're only doing it once upon a love.load because and you know there's some optimization here where it's like we don't need to know what the animatable frames are for scene 1010 if we're not even over there. But it's, you know, to do it smart like that, I don't even know what you'd have to do. You'd have to populate these based on walking into the very frame. See, it's I don't know. It just gets messy quick, and I think this is a good reason I chose to do a low res game. You know, we're only worrying about 140 pixels by 120 pixels or whatever at a time. It's not a lot of resources to render at all. So even if we do shit like this where it's not very performant, we should still be able to get, you know, it interprets fast, like it still loads pretty fast. You know, I mean, I guess it comes down to if we were to duplicate this 100 times to simulate an average of 2 animated frames on every scene, maybe we can see if it slows down, but it's working. The water looks great. I love the water. Let's give us a bigger pool of water. So Ktronics, I don't know if you've seen this, where we wrote a map downloader. So like this is a Lua map editor, and it allows us to just draw with tiles here. So if we wanted to add water, we can just draw it like this instead of manually typing it out like we used to. We can just draw it like this. And then all we have to do is do export as a global map. What that does is it puts all of those tile IDs into a thing. We wrote a data downloader to go put all those tile IDs in the correct grids. And then what we can do is, now that we exported that, we have to insert the water animatables. So I'll show you what it looks like. If we just run it, we've got those 2 water things that we just drew, but we don't have the animated versions. It's like they're not, we got it. And what's super cool about the way we did this is that it knows that since it's water, we can't walk through it. Because the way I programmed all the sprites is it looks at the ID of the sprite, and if it's within a certain value, we know it's a collidable map object, like a tree or a stump or a fence. We know anytime we draw that, we can't walk through it. So we were able to just draw some more water, and it knew that we couldn't walk through it. So for rapid prototyping of the game, that's going to be huge. So if we wanted to add those animatables, all we have to do is go down here and say, okay, well now it's 3 and 4 on the row. Actually, yeah, this is wrong. This it would be the same column, but this would be 6 and this would be 7, and now we should have the animatable waters. Yes, yes, yes. Sweet. Man, that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna add a fishing minigame, because you know every indie game needs a little fishing minigame. This is huge. I love that. Okay, so I think today's gonna be a shorter stream. I'm impressed that it's gone as smoothly as it has. Like, this was what I was hoping to get done today, and we got it done. So I'm gonna draw some pixel art, because we still need more pixel art. So I'll draw maybe a couple sprites and then call it a night, because I am exhausted. I got a long weekend though, for the first time like ever. Okay, so yeah, we'll pull up this A sprite, and here's the Link's Awakening reference we've been using. We do want, instead of these kind of like, looks like kind of like guardrails or something on top of dirt, I want either like railroad ties or like logs kind of stacked on one another as a sort of barrier for these levels and stuff. So maybe we'll do that. I know we need, yeah. It's amazing how few sprites the entirety of Link's Awakening is. It's really amazing how resourceful they were in creating that. Oh, and then we've got holes too. We got little holes that we can add too. so easy. It's just one thing. You just export a global map, and we can do the whole freaking map, all 100 of this. We can just draw like it's a game, or like a pixel paint program. We just draw it, and once we export it, it's already in our game. So we've already got those holes in our game. I kind of want these like vines to come ripping out of the hole and try to drag you into the bottom region. That would be wild. Yeah, that would look weird. I don't know how I would do it. I'd have to do some sort of like procedural animation for that, because it's not just one direction it would be pulling. Yeah, I'm not that good. That would be interesting though. Thanks, dude. Yeah, thanks. You know, it's pretty surprising to me even, because I started, I think this is like maybe the 380th time I've streamed video game stuff, but I started as a complete beginner, just drawing squares on screen. So when you compare it to like the first episode of stuff I was doing, like, this is really cool. So I'm hoping we keep that growth, you know. I hope we keep getting better. It is cool once we see like the entities moving and we've got spell casting, and then soon we'll have like projectiles and items and inventory and saving and all that stuff. Like, that'll be cool. Okay. Yeah, we want kind of like a stacked logs or something for this, for the equivalent of these stacks or something. I don't know, it's hard to say what it should look like, because these ones are kind of rounded out because they can be the edges here. So like, that's one edge, that's the left edge, that's the right edge, and it's kind of rounded to give it this kind of 3D look. But I don't like this kind of guardrail look. Yeah, you know, it's tough because it's like programming on the whole has finally started to click for me. Like, I get functions, I get loops, I get variables, I get state, I understand all that. It's just that the implementation of all those things is so different depending on what you're doing. So if I'm making a website, you use it totally different, you know, totally different language, totally different programming style, versus Lua and Love2d, which is totally different than Unity, which is totally different than Godot. So it's like, it always feels like you're trying to catch up in a way, but you know what you have to figure out. Like I get it is clicking with me. Like, just like the fact that we were able to fix what I wanted to fix today, and we ran into very few issues. Like, I knew I could pull these things out, I could make some global variables. I had an idea. And what's cool about this approach is, like, building it in Lua here, we're kind of responsible for most of it. I control the state machine, I control all the functions and all the tile rendering, I control all of that. It's not, so like, if something's going wrong, I typically know where it might be because I've built every piece of it. You know, I didn't make the game engine, but I pieced it together piece by piece, so I'm pretty familiar with it, so it's a little easier to problem solve. Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, every problem is different. So I think the thing that I get better at is just not getting discouraged and not trying to do the same thing over and over, hoping it'll fix something, but try to be like, where could this have broke? You know, what of my assumptions could be wrong that would be causing this? Because oftentimes the code isn't wrong, but your understanding of the code was wrong. So it's kind of just like making sure you actually understand what's happening in order to solve it. Maybe we can do some moss, like moss on top of logs. And that'll give us the kind of like contrast separation, but it wouldn't read like a handrail like it does here. To me, it reads like a handrail of some sort. So maybe we can try that. We can try. Yeah, let's try it. So this would be a collidable map object because it is a rail you can't walk through. So we'd put it here in one of these 4 rows because that's where our collidable map objects go. So we've already got a color for our wood. Now we can make this is weird. It looks like there, that's the one I'm looking for. The full top one. Okay. Yeah, we'll try this. We'll see. So it looks like it's got, you know, top half of moss and then bottom half of this wood log that we want. So let's just put in our green placeholder for this. We'll style it and make it look pretty, but, you know, just trying to get basic shape here first. So if this is our little wood thing, we can give it, I mean, we've already established black as the sort of line in between the wood and stuff. I don't want it to be lines though. I want it to be straight lines, I should say. I don't want it to be straight lines. I want it to be a little broken up. We'll see what that looks like, and then we can make some moss-looking stuff here. I don't know how readable this is going to be. Doesn't really look like moss on a log. Doesn't really look like moss on a log. It's fucking tough. Pixel art is like ridiculously tough. yeah, I don't know. It looks, I don't know, it doesn't look awful, but what's cool about Sprite is we can export this into its own file, and we can say, you know what, let's view this in a tiled mode so that we can see what it looks like when it's stacked like that. And then we can even edit it like this, where you say, you know, that's too much. Gosh, looks so bad. Like it's too thick to be. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of thinking I switch this one to be black and this one to be dark brown. Oh, that's looking interesting. Yeah, like I can't tell what it is, but it looks like, kind of looks like moss on wood. Pixel art is super fun. I really like it, but it is very tough. I'm kind of liking this. Something's off about this one. I mean, I think this is good for a placeholder at the very least, like something like that. I don't know if it wants the darker brown. We've got to be careful because every other pixel has got to, or every other version of this, every corner version has to be able to like seamlessly blend into itself. So we can't get too crazy with colors or anything. But there's that. So that is the top edge of the guardrail, or whatever we want to call it. That's this one right here. So we would need a bottom edge, a left edge, a right edge, which we can just rotate those. And then the corners. And then we need like a top corner and then a extended edge so that we can build like raised walls. And it's just like, you know, the illusion of the walls. But let's try to do a mimic of this where it's got the, you know, all the edges and the corners, and then we'll get the inside corners, and then we'll build out the floors here. So we need the kind of corners built out. Yeah, it looks ugly. Whatever. I mean, you know, I'm learning. It's fine. It does kind of look ugly, but it's fine. I kind of want like a mix of both of these for the corner, right? So I want like we kind of want this piece again. But only, actually, yeah, only the bottom half of it. Okay, how do we do this? I'm going to duplicate a layer here. And what that gives us the ability to do is we want this part to be up here, but we want to keep the right side of this object so that the blend works on that side. And that looks good. And then this one's already blending there. So there's the corner. We can smooth out the corner a little bit more. Dark orange, black, and deep green. Yeah, you know, I really should have pulled up some reference photos or something. It's hard because it's like with the pixel art, if we want to put like a speck of orange in there, one pixel takes up a 16th of the width, and then it like it can like, well, let's see. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's so tough to make it look. It's so tough. Like the pixel art gets so touchy. No, it's a good idea though. Thank you. Like I agree with you. It's looking better now that it's like more filled out here. What the is that? What the hell? Yeah, it looks like hedges almost. Yeah. It doesn't look as mossy. It looks kind of like hedges. And they've got this coloring here that's really smart shading where it's like the brighter wood or brighter sand or brighter dirt, geez, and then darker dirt. And even this kind of looks like the orange like you were talking about, K-chan. It's like orange and then brown. But it's like shading. Lighter color, lighter brown and then darker brown. What the? I cannot draw straight to save my life here. I thought I could hold shift and it would kind of lock it, but it did not seem to be doing that. Yeah, I don't know if I like this orange. It's looking like... I think I want, instead of this orange, to be a little less orange and more closer to this brown color. Dude, it's so tough. I mean, I remember it took us like... Took me like 30 minutes just to get the 1 pixel of the top of Tashio's head looking right. Like literally, I couldn't shape his head and have it look like he had a bun of hair. It took me forever. That's looking pretty sweet though. I like that. So if we've got that, we need the kind of inverse of that, which is like the inside corner. Or the outside corner. This is the inside corner. So we need the outside corner, which is kind of reversed. And then we need like a stackable version, and then the bottom of it. So let's try that. That's the inside corner. We want the opposite. Shit. I forgot we need to merge these layers now that I messed with that. Let's do flat. Okay. So yeah, just the inside corner, and then it goes to the lighter color, then the darker. So we need a sort of side from here. I did watch the show The Bear this past week. I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I don't know if you've seen Uncut Gems. Have you ever seen that movie? The bear is like Uncut Gems, but in the kitchen. So it's kind of crazy. Looks... looks weird. Definitely looks weird. I don't know. It's too square here at the very least. It's too square at that corner. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if I like this one lone pixel. I'm liking that. And these are all, you know, these aren't final game art. It's just placeholder images so that we can draw more complex maps. What the? Sweet. Yeah. That looks pretty cool. So if that's the outer edge, then we need the middle of the height of it like this. They've got it where it's curving out. Like curving. So let's mimic that with ours. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll do it's kind of got a thick side actually. It's got a double thick side and then it rounds out. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I would be nowhere without referencing the art that's in Link's Awakening, but I'm trying to not just copy and paste that shit. I'm trying to do my own kind of take on it, so hopefully it looks good. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. How wide was this? It's got a 2-pixel side, but then it curves out. Curves out after that. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I want to add some like weather effects to the game. So like at the beginning of the game, the weather is more turbulent because the world's all out of whack. So there'll be like thunderstorms and rainstorms and snowstorms and sandstorms, lava magma storms. Wow, okay, that was easy. Yeah, it needs to be a little more rounded. know. One pixel can throw it off so hard. Okay. I'm liking that. Now they've got that little shading going on to kind of add to the overall shape. Hard to see the shape. It's like you gotta use the force, and like if you look too close at it, you'll miss what it looks like. But you gotta be looking at like the whole thing when you do it. Okay. A little off. So hard to judge it. Okay, I think that's fine for now, for that. Then we need a bottom that kind of rounds out the bottom. So just take these ones as a starting point. Like, it looks more like dirt than wood, but I don't know. Yeah, I can see wood too. I definitely see wood. If I squint long and hard enough at it, it looks exactly like wood. But yeah, maybe adding a bit more like, instead of these dots, maybe more of the branch or barkish black lines. That might help it. I don't know, man. It doesn't read as wood to me. Yeah, I think this looks fine. This one looks fine. Like I can kind of see hedges and wood. This one, I don't know. We'll try adding more bark-like shading in here and see if this row looks better than the top one, and then we'll see if we can incorporate it. So let's start with the details of the wood here. When I'm trying to draw a crooked line, I draw straight lines. Okay, it does look a bit more woodish now with those longer kind of lines in there. Yo, K-Tronics, are you a fan of The Simpsons? I like the old school Simpsons. For some reason, I just got like a vision of you playing Simpsons Hit and Run and having a blast with it. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, like seasons like 1 through 5 Simpsons. That is looking like something. It's definitely looking like something. Now, one thing I didn't test is how this would stack. Because these ones need to be able to stack with themselves. Yes, dude. Yes, I don't know why I got that vibe. I was like, I bet K-Tronics likes Hit and Run. That was a good game, man. They don't make games like that anymore. Okay, well, it actually looks pretty nice stacked. We might have accidentally succeeded here. Yeah, Twisted Metal was the shit too. I never owned that one. I only played that at friend's house, but I remember having a blast with that. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I mean, it looks kind of like a Tootsie Roll, but kind of what I'm going for. Sweet. Let's try to draw some of these. So we've got this master sheet. All we've got to do is do a save as, and we'll save it as master sheet. And then we can save our tiled and reload it to pull in these new sprites that we just drew. And now they're over here. So let's go to the screen beneath us, and we'll try to draw some test stuff here. It's like if we had a wall. This is messed up. See, we've got to line this up properly. We got to line the corner with the edge. So if we bring in the corners, yeah, we'll bring in the corners by 2 pixels on the orange, and then let's just test that. This one, yeah, the corners need to come in 2 edges, 2 pixels on both sides. So we'll do that. Gosh, that just loses everything. You know what? I think I did that wrong. We just want this edge to be moved in. Yeah. Sweet. Let's try that. Yeah. There's some good games I never ended up owning, but it was just like a only ever play at friend's house. Like Gauntlet Dark Legacy. God, that game was sick. Okay, let's try it again. So we've got these little rails that you can't walk over. So if we wanted like a platform here, we've got like this, and then yes. And then we can kind of stack. This is like a raised kind of platform. We don't have just a sand, right? Like we don't have, or just a logs. Because this is like, see, we need like a just logs part. This part is what we're missing. Yeah, if we have the just the logs bit, let's try to do that real quick. We can take this as like a kind of starter for that. And we can say, you know what, give us a new 16 by 16. And we'll put that starter in there. Already, that's probably looking pretty good. Because if we tile this now, yeah, it looks kind of like melty chocolate or something. But maybe we can touch up some brown. Yeah, it looks like melty chocolate to me. I don't know. Honestly, that looks fine to me. that looks tasty. Okay. So, I just want to take a look at how they do it. They do it like little ledges like this. So they have like a ledge without the moss, for example. So like if we wanted to make one of those real quick too, so that we can make a little ledge, we would take our sprite right here, and we would make one that has the top of whatever art we were trying. So it's like trying to blend it with. So like if we had just the grass, here's the just the grass ledge. So that we can make a grass ledge and then fill it in with melty chocolate. So we will save as, master sheet, export, then we will save this, close it, reload it, so we have access to our new tile. And we're gonna say, hey, there's a ledge right here that you could potentially walk up to, and then we have melty chocolate. So it's kind of like a ledge here, like this. You know, it's supposed to be able to give you that depth of like, oh shit, there's like layers here, sort of deal. I don't know. Let's see how that looks. Let's file save and file export as a global map. And as soon as we do that, we can run our game. Okay. We've got our water, we've got our pit, and if we walk down here, we can't walk off this. So maybe we would change that to have a little bit of a smaller collision. But this is how they're kind of building out like a ledge. So like if we wanted to do like we wanted to say like there was water all around there. You know? Wow. I don't know. This is so tough to draw this stuff. I don't even know what goes where. This has to have a top of a grass thing. Okay, let's see what that looks like. It won't move until we add the animatables, but just to kind of see if it makes sense. Yeah, oh nice. This is sweet. Wow, yeah, it looks like a fucking cliff. That's sick. Cliff of melty chocolate, maybe. Yeah, that looks cool. Because imagine if yeah, that looks cool. If the water was moving there and we had some like wind effects or something, like that could be really cool. Yeah, I mean, it reads as like a cliff, right? It reads as a stacked height of something. Now, it doesn't read as tree bark to me, it reads as dirt, but these top ones kind of read more tree barky. I don't know. It looks fine to me. Like we might want to add a bit more light on the edge ones. On these ones to add in just a tiny bit of shading on top of these to kind of give it a little bit of that curve shape, maybe. Something like that. But not there. We would want it here on all these. That's true. That's true. Yeah, dirt really is like level 4. No, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Well, dude, when you only have 16 pixels to work with and you're trying to build like texture, it's like fucking wild. Honestly, if it reads as just dirt, that's totally fine. I just want it, hopefully it looks good. Not great. I'm not going for great. I'm not crazy. Yeah, it looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks perfect. I think, I really do like it though. It looks pretty sick. Like if we were to export this as the master sheet, save as master sheet, We can see what it looks like now. I'm just impressed we fixed our global animatables thing. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Totally reads as a cliff. And then the barrier reads as a barrier. I don't know if it reads as moss on a log, but it looks fine. I might want to curve out the corners here so that's not just a rectangle there. But other than that, I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so like we curve out this top edge. Oh, it's tough. It's really tough to curve that out because it would just mess up everything. We could leave 1 pixel off on each side. We can turn 1 pixel off. We can have the dark green, and every edgemost piece we just uncolor black, and it'll round out that a bit. Atronics, have you ever played Hades? I finally, since the second one was coming out, I finally got the first one, and I've been really liking playing that. Save as master sheet. It's super fun. I mean, if you like, I wouldn't say that I even like I don't even know what genre it is, but just like a bunch of shooting and button mashing to kind of play through levels. I have a lot of fun with it. Okay. That does round out those corners a bit. I think I want to go 1 more pixel brown on there. Or, not black, rather, dark green. Dude, my thumb is actually sore. It's like most games, like I don't like games where it's like, well, I don't know how to describe it. It is button mashing, but it depends on your loadout. So it's like certain times when you have certain weapons, you're button mashing differently, and then lots of dashing and stuff. But my thumb is actually a little sore. I almost beat the game last night, but didn't quite do it. It looks like we need to pull down. Okay, we either need to pull up the edge of the corner piece here, like what I'm looking at is this line right here. How do I just not select anything here? So like, see how this is kind of curving, and then it doesn't match up with this. This one kind of matches, but we need to tweak this so that this line, I think, is a little lower, or this one needs to not come up as high. It's hard to see, but this one, oh God. This one above this shape, the black goes up too high. I think it should just kind of come out to the right so that it blends more with this. It'll blend more, I think. So this shape, the black right above it. Oh, see, that's tricky. Gosh, it's so hard to look. It's so hard to see what pixels I'm trying to touch. Whatever's causing this pixel to be so high is what's not looking so good. So if I cut off, I need to like cut off right there so I can just look at that one. Okay, so the black gets, why is there a black higher up above here? I think it has to do with the chocolatey. Yeah, that's the one. The chocolatey one can't go up that high. Let's try that. Because I'm trying to smooth out right there on the edge, right here. These lines don't really match up with that chocolatey edge. So I'm hoping rounding out that a bit helps that blend a bit better. It does look better. It's still a little off. Yeah, because you can see where the tile's like looping there, and I want it to be seamless. So we'll work on that later, but we got a good start. I'm happy with that. And then we can add in the water animatables now, which is great. We need to fix that, but that's a level design issue. Okay, sweet. Okay, if we look at our git diff here, those are all the new maps we drew. We refactored our insert animation class to take out our animatables, and then we globalized our anim spitter variables so that we can just put that stuff in our macDeclarations file so that we don't call it every init. So that actually worked out, and that turned out great. So cool. We'll commit with a message saying refactored animatables into macDeclarations, and added, I'm gonna just call them hedge pieces or hedge tiles with log edges, or log, yeah, we'll just call them log edges, or I don't know what to call it. Log edges is fine. Sweet. Well, that is the end of today's stream. Thanks for hanging. I appreciate you, Ktronics. There is an artist who I commissioned to do my background art that you're looking at right now. His name is Saltomanga. He's streaming right now, so I'm going to raid out to him. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great 4th of July, and thanks for hanging. Catch you later.